So I know generally when I narrate, I tend to get into little trends of over-explaining moves and really getting into my thought processes. Like, does anyone really get overly annoyed by that? Because I know I tend to do it, and I can probably consciously stop at some point if people get too annoyed by it. But I really like going into my thought process as much as possible, and it entails that. So I mean, if anyone's annoyed by it, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep doing it. So anyways, hey guys, as well. By the way, I'm kind of sick, so I'm sorry if I'm like eh. But anyways, got a battle today against KazoWAR, which I was actually kind of excited to battle him because I haven't like seen him in forever, so it was kind of a breath of fresh air to finally battle him again. But anyways, my team, it's a team I kind of want to try because mainly I want to use Mega Manectric, and then I was like, let's throw a bunch of other shit on it. So quick run through: Mega Manectric, Life Orb Latios, Special Defensive T-Tar, I think. It's some form of defensive T-Tar, and has Stealth Rocks. CB Scizor, Expert Bell Keldeo, and Scarf Landers. You know, I like the idea of Landers and Manectric, so eh. But anyways, Kazu's team, he's got the annoyingness of Greninja, obviously, and then the Volcarona is going to be a huge threat because I don't have anything that can concretely take it on after it gets a Quiver Dance up, so I need to make sure I don't let it set up, so I got to keep pressure playing on his end so that doesn't become an issue. The only other thing I'm really looking at for concern is give me that Goodra, because I never really have anything good that hits it, and it's just overall bulky, so I got to make sure I don't get caught in the wrong situation of that, because I know it also has some nice bulk to it and a good move pool. But leads on his end, I kind of figured Manectric would be a good overall lead, because looking at it, Crobat seemed like a likely lead, so I figured even if he didn't, I got Volt Switch on this thing, so it can generally pivot out on most of his Pokemon. So he does with the Crobat, which I really want to use a Crobat sometime, but I haven't had the opportunity yet. Which actually I need to make some after this. But yeah, he does lead with that. I know he's not going to attempt to stay in right away, so I know I'm safe going for the Mega and then go for the Volt Switch. Mainly just because I was possibly scared of him going for some sort of status move, but I knew it would be too great of a risk to lose his Crobat so early in the game. So I just go, safely go straight for the Volt Switch. Into my Tyranitar as he brings in Goodra, just because I figured, okay, I can get the opportunity to get the rocks up at the very least, and then I'll find a way to deal with this thing later. Because like I said, I don't have anything that concretely hits it for a good amount of damage that would appreciate to, you know what I mean? Just because, like I said, diverse move pool. Case in point, he has Focus Blast on his Goodra, which I know isn't standard, but it's still gonna almost take me out, which, I mean, I'm okay with living because then I get rocks up, so that's great. But now he's just going to kill me off with a Thunderbolt. He might as well just go for whatever will have the best chance of hit, and overall, will hit something that would be somewhat likely to switch in, which nothing's really that likely. It was just my better play I could have made, I guess. But now I'm going to go into Landers because, like I said, lack of anything better to hit it with, and I didn't think a Draco Meteor from Latios would be able to take it out because I'm assuming it's an Assault Vest Goodra, so I didn't really want to risk Latios right then and there. Then again, Landers probably would have been the better thing to preserve just because of his Volcarona, but lucky I'm able to hit him down to Sandstorm range, and Draco Meteor doesn't take me out, so I do get preserved Landers for another day since he has no foreseeable Stealth Rockers on his end that I can really, pinpoint per se. But now he's going to go into Slowbro. I do get the free opportunity to switch out into Latios just because I know Latios can take any hit Slowbro wants to throw. Not sure what it's going to go for right away, but I'll get to discover that in a second. Which, looking at his team, Slowbro was his Mega, so, obvious Megaing up, and I'm not really threatened by it. It's just, Slowbro's a bulky annoyance, so it's just going to be annoying to deal with right away. But, here, I kind of figured, he may either Calm Mind or go for some random move, not random, but either he'll switch out or he'll go for some status. I figured Manectric would be a good thing to go into. And I didn't really want to Draco Meteor right away because I want to scout out more of what he might attempt to do, just because I know he could just go straight up for the Slack Off, and I was kind of expecting more of the Slack Off, which is why I went straight out to Manectric. But he doubled into Crobat, I guess, hoping I would go for something weird and then be able to do something weird to my Latios, but that's not the case because he's just going to stack Crobat right there because he really had nothing better to switch into, and there's no reason for him to rack up more damage on other Pokemon when Crobat's not going to be that useful for the rest of the game, so he might as well just sack it. But I'm going to go into Landers. He's just going to go into Slowbro knowing he can take essentially any hit from me, but U-Turn's still going to do, a little good chunk, so I'm not going to be too annoyed by that at all. But now he shows he does have the Calm Mind on his Slowbro. The only thing I don't know is what his fourth move is going to be. I'm assuming it's some form of Psychic move, but I can't be 100% sure on that yet, but I have to go for the Hidden Power Ghost right here. I think it's Ghost at least. it should be Ghost. But whatever the case, I'm going for that just because I need to try and apply pressure on this Slowbro so that it doesn't get too many Calm Mind set up. Because with that one setup, it's awkward to switch anything else in without knowing what his fourth move is. So here I'm thinking maybe it's going to be the Psyshock just because he's staying in general, because otherwise he doesn't have much business staying in like that. So I figure, okay, I can go into Scizor right here safely enough. Either he's just going to Calm Mind or go for another Slack Off. So I felt safe enough going into Scizor, which U-Turn does a substantial amount. Even though Slowbro gets boosted defense from it Megaing, that's still really good. I mean, I know I'm CB Scizor, but I expected to do a little bit less. But whatever the case, I figured, you know, maybe Manectric could take a hit, and I didn't really want to switch in anything else. Or I was just hoping he would go for another Slack Off. But unfortunately, I lose Manectric right there, which hopefully won't bite me in the ass, because now I lose a check to his Greninja, and I don't really have too much else for it. That's, you know, amazing. So that's going to be a little bit of annoyance. But I'm able to take out the Slowbro right there, which, you know, an annoyance out of the way. It wasn't too huge, but it was just present at the time, you know. But here on the knockout, I figured Landorus will outspeed any of his dudes, so it should be safe enough to go into that and see what he's going to do next, which he goes into the Rotom, so I can just safely go for U-Turn knowing I'll outspeed no matter what. Even if he's Scarfed, my Scarf will outspeed his Scarf, at least I think it will. But yeah, U-Turn hits the Rotom, and I knew Latios would be a safe enough switch in. I was hoping you know, this Psyshock would do a little bit more, that or him switching out, but unfortunately it doesn't do as much as I would like, and then he's able to get the burn off on me, which the burn isn't that big, it's just more of the fact that Rotom lived and it's gonna, you know, be able to do more stuff to me. Actually, do I have an expert belt in this Latios? I feel like I almost do, because I didn't pay attention if I actually had Life Orb. I think I was running Life Orb. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. But, I just went for another Psyshock because I figured it'd be safe enough, and I didn't think he would go, even if he goes directly into Greninja, it's like, I'm gonna not really do too much anyways. I don't want to be at -2 for absolutely no reason, and my only other move to hit Greninja with would have been HP Fire, which would have been bad against Rotom, so it's more safe, and then I have potentially other ways to deal with Greninja that aren't, you know, that bad per se. But here's going to go into Rotom. Since I know it's not Scarfed, I know I can go into Keldeo safely and just revenge it with the Secret Sword, and then whatever else he has left shouldn't be able to stand up to Keldeo that well anyways, so it's not like I'm in a terrible situation in that regard. So I'm able to take down the Rotom with the Secret Sword, and now he's going to have to bring in Greninja, because that's going to have the better chance to take me on than his, what's it fucking called? His, Volcarona, just because I have Hydro Pump. Here, his best move to hit me with is going to be the Hydro Pump, but Secret Sword coming from a Keldeo still should be enough to take him out, even though he did lose the Dark typing, which it is since Greninja doesn't have the best defenses to write home about. And now all he's going to have left is Volcarona, so as long as I hit this Hydro Pump, I win. Otherwise, I'm going to be in a majorly annoying situation. But luckily, I do hit the Hydro Pump, which is going to take down the Volcarona, which will give me the match. So, GG Kazo. It is always fun playing you. I always have fun games and actually do play him, so it's always nice to play him and have him around, because he's always a cool dude to have around. So, yeah. Anyways, that was the battle, so yeah, again, GG Kazo was fun, but yeah, I have a lot of other stuff I really do want to try right now. It's just a matter of finding things for it to work right now. Like, for example, like I said, the Crobat. I really do want to try Crobat sometime, and then I want to do something better with Latios, but it's more just figuring out what's going to work well for how I want to do it. Plus, I always try and get away from the Landorus and Rotom, you know, combination, overdoing that, but it's hard. It really is. But anyways, that'll be it for this. So hope you guys enjoyed. Such blah. Recommend sub, and later, guys.